Before we kick things off today, I'd like to ask a moment of your time for a little shout out to a longtime friend of the show whose father is beginning a battle with prostate cancer. As with any serious and potentially long-term medical situation in the US of A, this promises to generate some pretty staggering bills, and so he has started a GoFundMe to help out on that front. If you are able to kick in and would like to do so, there's a URL there on your screen and a link in the YouTube description. It's a good cause and would be immensely appreciated. Thank you for the listen, and now back to your regularly scheduled Landstalking. Friends, Romans, and Interblops, lend me your ears. Your eyeballs too for a little while if it wouldn't be too much trouble. This is your roving reporter, and this is a big steaming helping of I Played a Thing, Landstalker. We are kinda cruising into the endgame here. If memory serves, which is always a dicey proposition with me, but if memory serves, we've got one more town and then we are headed into the final dungeon. And I'm a little scared if I'm honest. Now, I'm pretty confident it's not as bad as Green Maze, because Green Maze really seared itself into my brain for all time as a source of deep, deep hurting. But the final dungeon, it's a distant second, but I do remember it being second. It's not trivial at all. And in some ways, my navigational ability has actually gone downhill since I was a kid. My patience is somewhat expanded, but my memory is worse. So, we're gonna really cross our fingers that this isn't too much of a train wreck. I do recall from our last episode that we do have a handy-dandy teleporter right here in Mercator that will put us near the end of the previous dungeon, where we pursued Duke Mercator, who turned out to be quite the butthole. I think I need to go down and to the left first before anything else. Yes, that is correct. I gotta get rid of all these jerks before the doors will open. Guy looked like he was just standing there. Guy looked like he was just standing there cheering. Couple more animated ones here. And there we go. Now, a little bit of a, not exactly an outtake, but a tale of what became an outtake. My first attempt at recording this video, I came out of that lower right door there, walked into the dungeon, got myself lost, and eventually decided I had to scrap the video. What I actually needed to do was just turn right around and walk into this door right next to it. That's kinda un.txt right there, I'm afraid. This is where we need to be. I suppose, in fairness, it has been somewhat longer than usual since our last time recording. I do apologize for not getting an episode out last week. Life kinda got away from me a little. Various happenings, both local and remote. And a little bit of health foofara. It all just got a little overwhelming, and I didn't quite make the episode happen. I really do hate to miss a week, but sometimes, well, the bar eats you. I will endeavor not to let it happen again anytime soon, if it is if it is at all within my power. This seems like a rather different level of technology than what we've seen elsewhere in the game. But that's kind of a common sort of reveal in the JRPG world, isn't it? And that does include JARPGs like this one. I think this may be that town I was talking about. And I think to the upper left there might be the final dungeon. I don't know if we will finish today. I think it's a possibility, but I am not at all certain of it. At the moment, I'm just kind of poking around the environment here before I start going into what I believe to be homes and having some chats, getting a little read on the current situation. Oh, what's that? Not at all sure what that cave is. Maybe what I think is the final dungeon is not. In any case, the soundtrack got a little ominous on us, didn't it? Oh, hey, you're another elf, aren't you? Well, it's good to know we have an inn here if we should need it. Hi, stranger. You're the first visitor we've had in 300 years. What? Another dictator has risen to power on the surface? Yep. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. 300 years isn't as big a deal to elves as it is with humans. If that is in fact another elf I'm talking to here. But that's still been a while. Not a whole lot of privacy in this inn, is there? King Noel gave us eternal youth in reward for building his underground palace. I like the calm life here. I don't want to go back to the surface. Okay. So this is either King Noel's workforce, or to some degree descendants of King Noel's workforce, who built the place that he stores his great vault of treasure. I couldn't find the word there for a moment. Where he stores all his treasure. And that, you may recall, is why we're here in the first place. Treasure hunter that we are. You have to go through a huge and complex labyrinth to get to the palace. The maze was designed by King Noel himself. It's impossible even for us to go through. What a greedy man he was. Still not as bad as Green Maze. So, is the next dungeon not actually the final one, but leading up to the final dungeon? That I do not recall with certainty, so we shall find out together. I worked for King Noel so I could have eternal life. But now I just idle my time away. Got any comic books? Something I really haven't commented on much over the course of this playthrough. This game got a really great translation. I don't know how true it is to the original, but I will say it all feels very natural, not at all Englishy. Not that I don't enjoy English sometimes, but it's a very natural translation. Rather funny in some places. I don't know if the jokes are new to the localization or if they were in the original, or some reasonable facsimile thereof in the original. But in any case, I dig it. There's totally a shop down there. How do I get to it? Do I just kind of walk around and... Yep, there's stairs right there. No need to make this complicated, then. Doesn't appear to be any hidden surprises. Well, definitely nothing hidden there, because I can't go in there. Who's this coming to my underground shop? I haven't had a customer in ages. Hi! The original owner of this shop left one day 200 years ago and never returned. Well, I guess it's nice to see you making the most of it. And I believe he would be carrying Eek if I needed any. And my bell just went off to indicate there's a livestock around. No shit, Sherlock. Yep, think there would be an Eek here if I needed any, but I currently am stocked up. But, yes, we can buy livestocks in this town. And I did say livestocks plural because I'm pretty sure you can buy as many as you can afford. Up to whatever the game's internal limit is. They are expensive, but it is nice that there's an opportunity here to, increase your livestock, if you've missed any over the course of the game, which I surely have. Or if you just want a little extra insurance. I don't know what else we're going to do with the money at this point, so we might as well. Do come again. You're the only customer I've had in 200 years. Yeah, that can't be very good for the profits. Yep, there we are, another livestock. Unfortunately, I cannot afford one at this point in time. Ooh, wait a minute. I've got the G-string. I've got the G-string and there's an inn here, so I could give myself a pretty respectable pile of money. Because again, that will reduce my health to 1, but give me money for all the health I lose. And there being an inn here, I can quickly rectify that situation. But we'll finish checking out the town first. There are 3 monsters in the labyrinth called Gehenna's Gatekeepers. You have to defeat them to open the gateway to the palace. Those 3, I believe, are 3 of the game's very few unique bosses all packed into a fairly short stretch of game. So there are 3 there, and there will also be, I don't think it's too much of a spoiler to say there's going to be an end boss. So yeah, the limited boss allotment of this game is really stacked toward the end. Okay, this is the church. There is no priest here, but I've meditated on the goddess for 300 years, so I am the substitute. Well, you gotta make do with what you got. I'm gonna go ahead and do that G-string thing first, and then I'll come back to the church, which is a somewhat odd statement. Okay. The G-string, or the pawn ticket as it's been changed to in the Yank version. Paid. Only enough for 1 livestock, but, you know, it's better than nothing. And we earned it without any grinding whatsoever. That's my favorite kind of money. And that will leave us enough for a stay at the inn. A perfect plan, perfectly executed. Not that there's anything difficult about it. Oh, nope, you're just a house. The inn is this, correct? Correct. This is a narrow room. I don't know if I can do the counter throw. Oh, actually, I came up a little short. There we go. Alright, now that all that is squared away, I'm going to go ahead and drop a save, and then we will head into the cave at the lower left, which, given that we've exhausted our other options, has to be progress. Well, Mr. Substitute, I can't speak to how good your sermons are, but you got the game-saving thing down. And in the Landstalker verse, that's pretty much the most important duty a priest has. You don't even need to be particularly clean living, given the hallucinogenic porn we found in the one church. Oh, hey, hey. You know things are serious because we've got the music back from the intro. Also, grape slime. That's somewhat less imposing statement of seriousness, but it counts. Yeah, this definitely does not look like King Null's palace, so I do think it is in fact a labyrinth we have to proceed through to get to King Null's palace. And that does not make me terribly optimistic about finishing up the game today, but that's okay. More episodes are a thing we can always do. So, button here, which I assume opens... Oh, it swaps the doors. Okay. I'm going to reset this room, and I'm going to go through the other door first. Don't ask me why, it's just a sort of feeling I have. And it's nice that if need be, there is a town right there outside. If things should go sufficiently pear-shaped that I have to retreat and make another go of it. I'm starting to see the hints of some puzzliness. But this is a Landstalker dungeon, so I shouldn't be terribly surprised at that. Also, I am fairly certain I am not intended to brute force those spikes, so there's got to be another solution. This looks like a teleporter, yes? Yes. That's an interesting spike ball pattern. Very snake rattle and roll. Which is a game I do intend to play on this channel one of these days. I'm a big fan. Also, I noticed the teleporter, as soon as I stepped off, blocked itself. So now I guess I'm committed to this direction for the immediate. Oh, okay, it just put me right back here. Alright, so there's really nothing I can do in that direction so far, I think. So we are going to toggle the door switch here. Actually, not here, in the previous room, but you know what I mean. We are going to toggle that, door switch and then try the other direction. Switch is not there, so I assume I've got to take out all the grapes and the limes to make it appear. And I don't mind terribly, because endgame slime are still slime. Boop. I should probably check out the room before I kill quite everything in it, just to make sure there's nothing I need to weigh down with a gold bag or such the like, but there is not. So I can slaughter at will. I swear, getting your weapon caught on things is a bigger problem in this than it ever was in any of the Souls games. I bet I could jump that, but I don't think there's any point, because it looks like it just leads to a locked door. Well, there is another exit there that I think I can hook jump to. But we'll just try the obvious path first. Not immediately reversible. Actually, no, that should be reversible because of the block there, right? Yeah, that looks like it should cover. So we can explore this direction without too much of a fret. Oh, darn. This... Okay, no, this isn't the same place, I think. This isn't the first snake rattle and roll place. No, this is quite different, okay. But it puts me nowhere useful. That's a pretty sword, and I want to put it in my pocket. Or in the scabbard, which would be entirely more appropriate. But it doesn't look like that's a doable thing at this point. So, note to self, after the double opposing snake rattle and roll spiky balls, I should later check back, see if a switch has done anything that will allow me to collect that sword. I don't think it's strictly mandatory, it's just a better sword, but It's a better sword, and we want a better sword. You always want a better sword. Unless there's like some elemental affinity thing that you're trying to hit, but... Landstalker doesn't have those. Okay, and I think that really only leaves this as a place to go, right? I could have done that more gracefully, but... Oh! Landstalker, you absolute stinker. Okay, treasure. We like treasure. Statue of Gaia, and what the hell happened to my text box there? Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to have been any sort of lasting corruption. I'll bet I can step on this, but it'll untrigger as soon as I step off, right? Right. But we want to move on, so we don't actually want it triggered right now. No, it looks like I've got a little noise in my status bar as well. Oh, game, don't squirrel out on me now. Okay, can't do that. Whoa! That guy really wanted to be dead. Okay, hypothesis, we need to chuck the ball at the statue over there, which will kill it and make something happen. But first we take a drink. Oh, okay. Sword Beam can do the job as well, I see. And that has lowered both of the platforms blocking my way. I don't imagine there's anything else important to do here. Although there may be. It does look like a drop-off there, so maybe there's something important below me. We'll find out. Oh, hello darkness, my old friend. I don't know if I should be here or if there's a light-generating item. I truly don't remember. What I do know is it's very hard to see what I'm doing. Holy shit, that is a fast mimic. Okay, we'll try fiddling around with the dark room a little more before I move on. I remember you. You're an actual chest. That's okay, we can do the standard Fool of E-Geek shuffle. And make use of it. Yes, this is quite difficult to navigate. Alright, it didn't look like there was anything else I could do there immediately. I'm not entirely confident in that, but it seemed to be the case. Yeah, my memory of this game is very, very spotty. There are parts of it I remember really well, like the crypt riddles. And then there are bits like this. It has been years since I played this last. A more professional LPer would do a practice run. I do those sometimes, but I also just like rediscovering things on the fly. I think it should theoretically be possible to stack these in a way that I can deal with. I'm not entirely confident of that, but I think it's barely feasible. Yes! There we go. This is a point in the game at which you really are expected to know its quirks and systems. How to get around in this shadowless three-dimensional world. Okay, I'm gonna take a guess that down there is just for recovery from a fall, and I don't actually want to go there. I want to do the hook jumps here. That appears to be the case. And it looks like there's a reward for it as well. Oh well. It isn't of use to me right now, especially because I already have full health, so no point in doing the dance. But it'll be here if I need it later. And yeah, that does look like it's just a recovery catch path down there. Does not actually benefit me in any way. Lantern! Ho-ho! Nigel, we can go back to the dark room now. Yeah. Let's go. We'll get to the treasures soon. Soon? Then you know the exact location of the treasures, right? No, but it feels like we're getting warmer. That's the spirit, Friday. And it is good to know that I was intended to pass through the dark room at this point. I can't be doing things too wildly out of sequence. Does look like we probably have to use it manually. Let's test that theory. There you are. Bingo bango! But, you know, we're here, and there's a decent amount of path back. So let's check this out while we have the opportunity. Not gonna lose too much sleep out over spiked balls. They generally don't hurt that bad. And I do have the healing boots. But we might as well be careful when we're able. The damage will stack up if I plow into everyone I see. I'll bet that's a timer switch. Puts these platforms in place temporarily? Yes, that is exactly what it does. And is this just a catch path? Probably. Intriguing. Okay, so the whole button thing seems to be just for a... Oh, okay. This is clearly a thing I cannot do yet. And I have forgotten a lot about this stretch. Okay. I'm just gonna take a little guess that this is going to be a very tight timer. Because that is how Landstalker like to do a lot of the time. Jump... Oh, shit. It doesn't seem as razor thin as some of the speed traps in this game are. But you do have to be careful about your jump distances. Oh, marvelous. Okay. It's something mandatory, which makes me glad I took the time to do it. Better yet, that means this is the end of a thread, so I can go back and do previously encountered parts of the dungeon now. Oh, god damn it. Damn it. Remember what I said about my patience improving with age? Kinda. It's hardly perfect. Oh! Try a plunging attack. Ah! Oh well. I don't actually have to worry about taking the high road on my way back, I can just use the recovery path. A handful of mummies is entirely manageable. Oop. A little less so if I get caught inside their sprite. Oop. Okay, that I believe is another recovery path. Oh, what is this for? I'm not sure what the... Oh, several bucks. Oh, right. I had to do the questionable physics stacking to get through that the proper way. I remember now. Every now and then I do remember things. Okay. You're a turbo mimic. Or at least a mimic. I don't remember if you were specifically the turbo one. Oh. Now how do I get to where I need to go? Actually, wait a minute. I have a key now. That may be what I need to do instead of actually noodling about with this room from this entrance. These are already triggered. Go on, you. I probably shouldn't worry quite so much about funding, because it serves very little purpose at this point, unless I actually leave this place and go shopping in town again. But that may happen, so I guess I'll pick up along the way what I can. Oop. Oop. That was amusing. My box went for a little ride. Oh ho ho! This is a very clever little trick you've pulled here, Landstalker. Oh, okay. There we go. Now, I imagine I technically could just trigger the switch and then run through before the spike balls completely reset themselves. But if I can get the box on there permanently, all the better. Quit it! Okay, can I jump this? Totally. Oh, I hear the livestock jingle. In case there's something missable, let me just give a little save state poke there. Okay, we got two options. We can go down, or we can go left. Oh, where am I now? Got another jingle. This looks a little spaghetti-like, so let's poke around here a little bit more first. Making you manually use the lantern for every room is a little bit irksome. If you had to use it manually just once to turn it on and then it would stay on for other rooms, I can understand that, but making you flare it up every time you come into a dark room seems kind of needless. It's not the biggest issue in the world, just seems unnecessary. Okay, we've got a little gap in the path there I could use probably to throw something onto yon switch. Got a drop off there of some sort. And a teleporter over there to the right. Hey, this stretch of platform right here kind of looks like the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch, doesn't it? Or at least some depictions I've seen the same. Okay, can't throw that far. Doesn't seem to be any purpose to doing so anyway. If I miss this, the block is going to go into the depths, so we will save state. Oh, that won't do. So I'll have to jump out a little bit, I think, and then reverse my jump back. Oh, I bet that's not possible. Actually, how close to the edge can I... Not close enough. So maybe, just maybe, I need to throw the block over there, take the fall, and the switch will stay triggered. Or maybe I could do it from here, because I see there is no barrier to the walkway from this direction, and I think this does put me a little closer to this switch. Still missed, but it looks more doable. Okay, I'm off target. A little more in this direction, perhaps. Way off. Okay. Maybe that's not doable after all. No, I don't think that is. Let me see what's downstairs, and then I'll do the thing where I make myself fall. But hopefully hit the switch. Okay, 3 blocks. Ooh, okay. Alright, this just appears to be what's... Oh, Landstalker, you stinker. how best to handle this particular bit of foofara? I can't just use this as an umbrella because it'll still hurt me. Can I squeak my way through now? Oh, kind of brute forced it a little bit there. But it worked. Sometimes that's what matters. Thankfully, it's not a tightly timed puzzle. Yes, I hear you, Belle. Let's go ahead and get our box again, and then we'll see if we can't land said box on that switch, and if it will remain depressed, because it has many unresolved issues. No. Okay. If this goes bad, I need to do a bunch of backtracking, so save state. I don't think I did that correctly. A little hard to tell whether it landed right or not. No, I'm sure that didn't. I do think I'm doing the right thing here, just not easily done. I'm missing something here, but logic puzzles are not exactly my forte. Anything puzzles are not exactly my forte. Okay. Oh, nope. I thought that was going to trap the ball to the extent that it wouldn't hit me. Incorrect. Oh, you're not on the switch, box. You're not on the switch at all. I don't know how mandatory this actually is. Yeah, you know what? We're going to explore a little more and then deal with this particular can of worms when we run out of alternatives if we need to. It might be just for a livestock, which is always really nice to have, but not worth tearing my hair out over. Okay, is it down we haven't gone from here yet? I think it might be. Yeah, okay, we did go down here, but we didn't do this maze of passages. At least it's the sort of maze I can see all of, which makes things appreciably less traumatic. Okay, there's a different up there. Is there anything else I can do here? Not really. Well, I suppose I could wiggle my way around and see what's in the other corner. Let's go ahead and do that in case there's anything particularly... Oh, no, actually, I can't do that. Yes, I can. It takes me a little while to puzzle these things out. Oh! Ball! Oh, hello, hidden teleporter. Where do you go? Oh, you go into this room. Intriguing. Yeah, you know something? At first, this dungeon was a little puzzly, but not especially labyrinthine. It got labyrinthine. I don't think I'm supposed to do this yet. I think, and I'm not entirely confident in my memory as usual, but I think there is a pair of boots that will allow me to bypass spikes. And I think that is what I'm expected to have to do that little bit of business there. I could be completely wrong, but I don't think I thought you came this way. Trying to bamboozle me. Goodness, we're like 40 minutes in and I have accomplished very little. Okay, up from here is where I have not been, is it? Yeah, this looks new. Well, that's one livestock, at least, that isn't a big pain in the ghoulies to collect. That's the kind I like. Oh, who am I kidding? I like all kinds of livestock. Just an eek, that's all that's in this direction. Poop. Well, no, there was also a livestock, of course. But I was hoping for something that would help me proceed further into the actual dungeon. And that does not appear to be on the menu right now. Okay, so the available exits are the one in the lower left. Oop. Quite tricksy paths these balls have. There's this one that I don't actually know how to open right now. There's the one that took me in this direction, which is where the hidden teleporter was. Is there anything else I can do over here? I don't think so. No, it doesn't look that way. So we are going to have to go back and try something else. And yes, if this does utterly defeat me, I am not in any way too proud to resort to a guide or interblop map. But I am hoping it doesn't come to that. Hope springs eternal. So, if I am remembering correctly, again, always a dicey proposition with me, this is really the only way that we haven't completely explored because of that stupid block I can't throw far enough. Right? I believe this to be so. So we collect the box from the Holy Hand Grenade. And we have got to get it onto that switch somehow. I'm fairly confident of that. Because what else can we actually do here? Let me save state and just make sure where I land if I fall down here. Okay, just in the very rapid spike room. Got it. So all roads lead in that direction. Did I go down this way? That is in fact the big spike room. Of course it is. What am I thinking? And now I've lost my box. Oop. That was careless. Yeah, we are definitely looking at a low progress episode here, I think. Now, I did it from the other side before, right? Maybe it'll work better from this side? I think that was on target. Let me update my save state. Bear with me, just doing a little experimentation here. Oh! Okay. If you get your shoes enough in the right place that you're completely defying gravity, it's actually possible to do without falling. I'm not at all confident that's how I was intended to do this, but it worked. And in a game like this, any solution that works is a good one. So we could go lower left, we could go upper left, we can go another upper left. Let's try the odd one out first. Darkness and balls. Good news is once a room is illuminated, I believe it does stay that way, yes. Okay, we can go straight through, where we've got some of that icy looking floor that we can't do anything with. Okay, we absolutely cannot do anything at all with this room at this point, it looks like. That is the case. Pardon me, balls. How about this direction? That wiggles me around to a key door. If I take the low road, There's a low road. All kinds of livestock in this dungeon. This makes me suspicious. Okay, they are movable. Or at least, some of them are. All are movable. Okay. That puts a spike ball there. I don't know what's helpful about that. Oh. Which one did I actually come down from? This one. Yes, my short-term memory is that bad, thank you. That puts a ball in place, that puts a ball in place, that puts a ball in place. This does not, so I think that's just a which switch is the right one kind of deal. We stack one on the other, and what exactly did that do for us? I can just play swap like this all day. What did that do? I am at a loss. Well, it sure didn't give me access to this path. Although that only puts me up to where the balls are. Curiouser and curiouser. There's got to be some purpose to all this. What exactly is going on here? Move this out here and see what it does. What does it do? Oh, here's a thought. Maybe I have to get them all pushed. Which should be possible. Oop. I bring them all out and use the additional space to stack out here. Something good may happen. We'll find out. Oh, we stacked up 2 spikies. Okay. Should be able to get this on top of the stack. A little short. Okay, that put 3 spikes into place. Near as I can tell, it otherwise didn't do shit. What is the point? What is the point? Oh, do I have to get on top of the stack? Oh, Landstalker. If that is in fact how this is meant to work, that is devious. I admire your deviousness, but at the same time... Okay, if I put that last one there, I can step on it, and all of them will be correctly pressed, which gives us a treasure. I'm a little proud of figuring that one out. I mean, I know it's like child-level shit, but my puzzle-solving capability is often sub-child-level shit. Fair amount of trouble to go through for a livestock, but I'll keep it. Okay, this just takes me back up to this place I can't actually jump up. And so back we go. Well, that wasn't progress, but it didn't leave us empty-handed. I don't currently have a key, do I? I don't think I got another one. No, I am correct in that I did not. Okay, wiggle wiggle. What's down here? That's the icy pathways that we can do nothing with. Okay, we still got several exits in this room to explore. We're going to take a drink first, though. The first one to the left, we do not have the ability to do at this time, so we will try its neighbor. Oop. Hit the cancel button. Hey! I'm not at all sure I was supposed to fall. Ooh, hey. Those are metal boots, which are making me think I was absolutely right with the whole getting boots to bypass spikes bit of business. And these don't seem to be switches. That's fine. Doesn't look like this is a switch either. Curious. No, definitely can't make that jump. Do I have to maybe fall down? I'm gonna check all of these just to make sure there's not one I'm supposed to pick up. Because I do not put that past Landstalker in the slightest. That ain't now. Thoroughly check the depressions. Nope, if there's a way to handle this business from where I am right now, it escapes me. So we're gonna go back and try the next door. And this is our last option for the immediate. Oh. Okay, killing lizard men doesn't do a hell of a lot. Just let me back out. That pot's gotta be important for something. Oh, that is a real hole. That is a real hole. Yeah. The pot is perhaps to throw on the switch over yonder? That would seem the logical answer. Let's try falling down here just to see if that puts me anywhere meaningful. Not really. Just in here. We like to check, though. We like to check these things. Pots break. I don't want to break this pot, so save state. I also don't want to drop it into the abyss. Oh man, I'm gonna have to really anti-gravity shoe this bitch, aren't I? No, that wasn't a good throw. That was. Ooh. Intriguing. A little bit of a wiggle needed there, that's okay. This is gonna drop me where the boots are, isn't it? I thought that might be a drop from above kind of situation. Yep. Skeletons, you don't live, but I bet you will live as soon as I pick this up, won't you? Iron butts. Oh, totally decorative skeletons. Bit surprising. Ninjas, I got no time for your bullshit. So that gives us a few options, doesn't it? Oh, we actually do have one more option here, don't we? No, that's where I just... Oh, man, I'm dumb sometimes. Oh well. This still wasn't very consequential stupidity. So I'm probably going to want to go a little further back in the dungeon, right? That seems basically sound. Where exactly, I don't know. So this backtracking could get a little hairy as far as... Oh, this place. Fuck a bunch of that. Yes, as I was saying, navigationally, this could get fun. Big air quotes around fun. But you know what? Having those boots does equal progress. I am certain of that. Although, actually, come to think of it, I think they're for spikes, but they might also be for the ice. Well, we will soon enough, I'm sure, have an opportunity to determine which sort of terrain they help with. Because I know it's got to be one or the other. This is a big old stretch of the game. Spent almost an entire hour in here at this point. And there hasn't been a save point or anything. Sega and Climax kind of wanted you to marathon this dungeon for a while. Maybe not at all in one go. There could still be a save point that I haven't encountered yet, but we just don't know, do we? Okay, hidden teleporter was this direction, right? Yes. And there were spikes here. I'm fairly confident of that. Oh! Doofus, you actually have to put the boots on. These are fireproof. These are the iron boots. Ha! Cool. That was an optional bit of spike walking, but I'm glad I did it. I kind of figured it would probably be optional more likely than it wouldn't. Because finding that hidden teleporter, I don't expect the game would want that to be mandatory. Could be wrong, but I wouldn't expect it. What is this pot for? Oh, just to get up here if I need to. Okay. Fair enough. At least I assume that's its only purpose. Okay. What was I gonna do? Pardon me, I'm just kind of sanity checking myself here, making sure there wasn't anything I missed. Why is pot? That's bugging me. I really want to think it has some other purpose than just as a step where one is not especially important. But what other purpose it might have completely escapes me. Landstalker is just messing with my head at this point. Okay, we could jiggle around in this general direction. How to open that gate I have the foggiest. I'm going to assume it's with a switch somewhere we haven't been yet. Or at least a switch that we have not been able to access at this time. We are getting pretty close on the hour mark, and I don't want to go too far past it. So, unless a save point... Oh shit, this isn't where I need to be. Unless a save point reveals itself very soon, we're probably going to continue next episode off of a save state, but that's okay, I don't have a problem with doing that. One of the advantages of modern technology, you can cheat a little bit. Why did I even worry about jumping over that? And this is a very mild form of cheating, really. And I actually believe that. That's not self-justification. Was there anything important down here? Was this spikes? I'm not sure if this was spikes. What's down here? We're kind of at a point in the navigation which my memory of which ways to backtrack has totally failed. So I'm kind of flailing around blindly at this point. Not like you didn't know that. Okay. Boot on. I think I already did what I had to do this way. Swear to that I will not, but I believe it to be so. Okay, what have we got this way? We do have the statue I had to kill at range. I do remember that. I'm going to tentatively say I've done everything in this wing that I need to do. Confidence in that? Not high. But I believe it to be so. Oh, that was a nice throw. Oh, come on, let me toot my own horn once in a while. Okay. Upper right I haven't gone yet, right? I mean, I've gone there before, but that's not where I've gone in my new explorations, I think. In my post-boots explorations. Okay, this is the snake rattle and roll stretch. This is the double snake rattle and roll stretch, which I just fucked up. That's okay, it's just health. Certainly don't want to blow through... Oh, this shit again. So that would put me fairly close to the entrance, would it not? Oh, dang it. Okay, I now remember that I was supposed to remind myself that the sword was at the end of the double snake rattle and roll passage. And come back there later when I might have done something to give me access to it. But clearly, if there's a thing I need to do to give me access to it, I haven't done it yet. This is totally the first door. Whoa, Nigel, you're sprite. Do pardon me, I'm just kind of getting my bearings here. So I've got the lower right path. Was that a spiky path? I think it might be. So I think I found a spiky path pretty early, and this is early. A couple options here. Let's save state just in case something bad happens. But I think I am finding spiky... Oh, spiky place! Cool. But what's over here first? Teleporter. Where did teleporter go? Okay, wanted to make sure I couldn't hook jump there. Well, I could hook jump, but it didn't get me anywhere of value. This is the single snake rattle and roll path, and the one that's one way. I don't remember it all. Oh, it just puts me back right here. What is the point of that? Let me take another look at that. That seems really purposeless. Even if I jump, it puts the block in place. Yeah, it is a mystery. Okay. Let's go ahead and traverse Spiky Path and see what's on the other side, and then maybe after that we will temporarily... Well, it's always temporarily. We will, regardless, temporarily call it a day. Ah, very important looking Bhutan, with guards and everything. I wonder if that's a drop on the other side of the button. Nope, it is not a drop. This button looks like it's going to stay pushed. What that has done, I know not, but I think we're going to find out next time. Let me just get into a somewhat safer position. And actually, since I am so close to town at this point, what I may do... Oh, that's what button did. Okay. Well, I think what I'm going to do is go back to town and restock and save, and then we can pick this up next time. Try this new path. Even if the switch doesn't stay tripped, which I think it does, we'll be able to trip it again, no problem, because we have the boots now. That was kind of big challenge of this dungeon number 1, it seems. Getting the right footwear. Home again, jiggity jig. I am very close to being able to afford a livestock, so I'm going to go ahead and top up my e-geek here, have a rest and save, and then off-screen I'm just going to get that little bit more money Well, what am I doing? This isn't... That's what I need to buy right now. 15, nice and cheap. Alright. As I was saying, since I'm really close to the threshold for the next livestock purchase, not purpose, I'm gonna go ahead and do that last... You're not the end. I'm gonna go ahead and do that off-screen before next episode. So I will be up to 77 when you see me next. And then we will continue. Sorry about that, man. And when we pick up next episode, I'm actually fairly happy about the place we left off. I'm not totally clueless about where to go next. We have opened a new path. We have opened a new path we needed the boots for. So that has definitely got to be progress. And I like having a defined goal. Some idea of where I'm supposed to go to start out next episode. Knowing where I'm supposed to be going is such a rare thing that I just have to cherish it whenever I can. Anywho, let's do the save thing. Alright then, folks. That was, quite the tortuous bit of dungeoneering. I wouldn't quite call it torturous, but definitely tortuous. And, again, I do feel fairly, satisfied with how much progress we made. And you know what? When I stop and think about it, that bit of dungeon design actually seems pretty sensible. Because, in order to find the next place you need to advance, you kind of have to go back near the entrance of the dungeon, so you could easily go back to town there, so it's not strictly necessary to drop a save point in the middle of the dungeon. I'm fairly confident that that was intentional, in which case, hats off to you, Climax, that's pretty clever. In any case, it has been a pleasure as always, folks. I do again apologize for missing an episode last week. Should not have to happen again, knock wood, barring any lightning strikes or bus hits or anything like that. So, I will see you then. I hope you have a good week in the meantime, and this is signing off. Today's fresh new kicks, no pants though, have been brought to you by Justin Carpenter, Nolden, Zangamarth, Anonymous Benefactor, John Madigan, Sanguine Gaines, Misha Van Doren, Frank Grizzy, Tim J., Lolo De Puzzlo, Joshua C. Ritchie, Jared C. Rice, Sonic Rose, EX Potemkin, Mechasaurus, DG Jono, Doug Russell, Dodecalope, Joe Rogue, Martin Schallenmakers, Mayo the Hedgefox, Hildegard Argelmach, IGV, Jazel, Joseph Hall, Dan Larson, K. Ivan Rupert, Tiny Shopkeeper, Charlie Dunst, Kikoskia, Kobo4231, Yuka Takeuchi Fan, Chaotic Narrative, Mystery Accent, Lakota, Mayon Ling, Renaman, Fate Everywhere, TJA, Sparkazile Lefzer, Super Pervert 69, Zero, Bueller13, and other well-shod patrons. Thank you all for what remains a huge boost in keeping the wolves at bay from month to month. I'm not the biggest of fish when it comes to game YouTubers or streamers, so having this many people backing the show this much is really as touching as it is helpful. Everyone subscribed, dropping some knowledge or wit in the comments, or just focusing your peepers on this here gig, I ain't forgot you. You make doing these weekly jaunts a pleasure, and I'm glad to have you along. Take care out there, and I hope you all, singles and minglers alike, have a good V-Day. See you soon. Hello out there, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've had a good time, and I've been glad to have you. If you enjoyed this video, new subscribers always brighten my day, and if you really dig my stuff and would like to support me on Patreon, I shall be very grateful indeed. You're also invited to go with the stream every Friday at twitch.tv/unplayedathing. Thank you again, and have a good one.